afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Connecting Communities with Brian J. and our very own special guest, Randy Ferguson.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hey, Randy. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah. Do you really want to know, or are you just being nice?
Just being nice.
Then I am doing great. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. Just keeping it real, right? Yeah, for sure.
Right. Hey, well, before we get started, I want to make sure we throw out a very big special thanks to our community sponsors, which is Pay It Forward, as well as Make the Grade, Apollo Mobile Solutions. Without those three individuals, we would not be able to hang out with awesome individuals such as yourself, Randy. So, Randy, we have known each other on Facebook for so many years at this point. We've engaged and talked, and it's kind of cool to be able to really understand your business. Now, as a guy, you don't see a lot of massage therapists out there. Is that true where you're located as well? So I'm over here in Ohio, as everyone knows. And Randy, tell us where you are.
So I am located in Sacramento, California, and I do most of my work here in Sacramento and the surrounding areas.
Gotcha. So do you see a lot of male therapists out there?
I do. It's an actual surprisingly equal mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the reason why you probably don't see a lot of massage therapists in your area is just because of the nature of the business. It's harder for a male to get clients because of the stigma or whatever with massage. So with the females, it's a lot easier for them to get clients and to work a massage.
That's
business.
crazy for me.
It's
so
true for the
sexist.
business. It's
like a female isn't going to cross the line. Only the males will cross the line.
Exactly. Yeah, and then that's the misconception about that.
Yeah.
But I see a fair mix of it, and it's just one of those hurdles that you have to overcome as a male. So in doing that, you have to find a niche or a specialty or something that sets you apart from everybody else.
Well, I want to talk about that, but before we do, there was a conversation that we had early on, and I don't even remember what terminology was used, but you're like, we can't do that. I don't like that word.
Yes, masseuse.
Masseuse, there it is.
Is a huge one. Yeah, if you talk to any massage therapist out there, they will tell you that is a huge faux pas in the massage world. That is an old term, and in these days, it actually connotates a sex worker. So we try to stay away from that term as much as we can. It's an old term. It's been used for years, so it's hard to educate people on the correct terms to use. But whenever I get the chance, I like to do that.
Yeah, you were on it. You're like, we can't use it. We're not looking at it.
Yeah,
don't even put those letters together.
Yeah, it can be close to as offensive as a racial slur sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now you talked about a niche or a market, a demographic, a clientele, or a specific prospect. What is your niche? What sets you apart from other therapists?
So most of the massage therapists or massages you think about are in a spa setting where you go in, you take your clothes off, you get under the sheet, and they put a bunch of oil on you and rub you down, and you feel better, sure. But since I'm male, I've had to adapt to the market in order to get new clients. So I do a form of therapy called Neuromuscular Therapy, which is a pressure point or a trigger point release technique. And that can actually be done fully clothed.
Okay.
So I integrate that. If you come in and you're kind of leery, we've never met before, you don't know me from Adam, you don't trust me, to get to trust me, it will normally start you on the table fully clothed, and I'll do a session using that technique. And then as we build trust and you feel more comfortable with being with me, then we can start removing articles of clothing, because there are certain techniques that I do need to use with the clothing removed that are more effective. But I can still be effective.
So if you're a little shy, but you still need some, relief, then those would be great opportunities. Talk to your supervisors. Maybe they could do lunch and learns, right? Where you come in and you can actually assist in those situations on your lunch break. Makes it quick and easy, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I actually had a lunchtime combo where it was a 20-minute chair/table massage, and then a 10-minute chair/table massage, and then a 20-minute full body stretch out fully clothed. So you can come in on your lunch break, get tuned up real quick, and then head back in for the rest of your day.
Which, let me tell you, I think the fact that you utilize the term stretched out, that is critical to me right now. So I was just actually having another conversation in our previous podcast about being healthy, right? And how COVID has really structured us not to walk as much anymore, right? Because we're all now working from home. So we're sitting down 8 hours a day versus walking up those steps to get to work. So that stretch out now is super important because we're not moving like we normally would move, right? I mean, we're getting our coffee. That's what we're doing.
Yes, the 6-ounce curls, I guess you call
Right. So
Yeah.
tell us about that. Like, how important is stretching in the field that you play in?
So it's super important. Our bodies are designed as a movement system. We don't like it. Our bodies don't like it when we sit still. When we get stagnant is when we start to feel the pain, we feel the aches. So to get up and get moving and get stretched out and get those muscles activated again so they can perform correctly is super important. Don't ever stop moving if you're ever in any kind of pain or anything unless prescribed by an actual MD. You want to keep moving, and a lot of times it's because there's a muscle weak or something like that. So you definitely don't want to sit still. You want to get up and get active and work that muscle so it strengthens. That's the key to that.
Move it even if it hurts. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, unless instructed by a doctor. But
Yeah,
obviously you want to listen to your body and don't push through the pain too much, but
for sure. What's the common injury or the common thing that you're seeing recently? What are folks coming into you for?
So I work out of a chiropractor's office. So the doctor and I kind of work hand in hand with the patients. They'll come and see me first. I'll loosen them up and he'll go and adjust them. So I do a lot of personal injury cases, car crashes, workers' comp cases, things like that. And most of the time it's going to be your lower back and it's going to be your neck and shoulders. Neck and shoulders is from text neck, looking down at your phone all day, or like you, my friend, like this.
So we've been seeing a lot of that in the last 5-10 years.
Yes, okay. Absolutely. Yeah. So we definitely want to make sure we're pulling our shoulders back, doing some stretches throughout the day, getting those arms pulled back to get these pulled back so you're not feeling tight in through here if you're a desk worker or have text neck or whatnot there. And then of course the low back is also indicative of our sign of times because we're in a seated position all day. If we're in a seated position all day, our flexors get pulled and locked short. And then we go to stand up from a seated position. And your low back is going to fire to get you to stand up and the glutes, but it's going to fire pulling against these tight muscles here. So you'll feel it in the low back. So I do a lot of flexor work and stretches to try to help open this up so that the back feels better.
So I recall just recently seeing on your Facebook page, you're working on stretching, but one of them, which I found hilarious or put me back in the 80s, was the frog stretch, working on the hips.
Yes, so that is a great hip opener. It's very rare that we get our knees up to our side here, kind of like that. Unless we're sleeping and we have, the knee up and the arm under the pillow, which is a horrible position to sleep in. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I use that stretch a lot just because the hips are our foundation. Everything goes through the hips. If the hips are off, it's going to throw off the whole kinetic chain, upper and lower. So that's where I start at. That's the foundation. And I like to make sure that they're open and level. And that is one of the key stretches that I use to be able to do that.
Do you handle like athletes as well or youth?
Absolutely. When I worked at another spa, they would send me a group of 5 girls who were on a softball team at the local high school. And season was coming and their pitchers and whatever hitters. And so we'd work on those key muscles that they needed to throw the ball or bat. And just recently, I've got in with a CrossFit gym here in town that I'm a family member of. And so we had a CrossFit event these past 3 Saturdays, and I brought my table in between their heats of the competition, they would jump on the table and I'd kind of give them a quick tune up, stretch out, and they can go back to the competition.
Gotcha. Nice. Now, do you like if we were at like county fairs or festivals, would you be there doing like a 5-minute chair massage or stretch? Is that kind of your thing as well?
I have done that in the past. I like to do farmers markets. They're a great venue. However, in this area, there's a lot of massage therapists. So that market, unfortunately, has already been taken over by other massage therapists.
Sure.
But I've been able to get in from time to time when they're not there on a certain weekend, and they'll give me a call and say, "Hey, we've got a slot open. Come on down."
What if I'm not getting any chiropractic work? Like I have no use for that, but hey, you know what? I like you, and I want to see what you got. Do you do
Absolutely.
open?
I do standalone massage appointments. Yes, you don't have to be a patient of the chiropractor here to receive massage treatments. It's just kind of an added bonus. It's a great treatment option for you, and we like to do a 1-2 combo punch because you might need alignment, skeletal alignment, because all I do is I work on the muscles. Doctor works on the joints and bones.
Yeah, you guys complement one another. So, I
Absolutely.
mean, for folks watching that loves Grey's Anatomy, you're going to think of the private practice, right? Where it was
Yeah,
a wellness center focusing on several different specialties under one roof. Same thing that you have going on, right, Randy?
absolutely.
You're the Ty
Absolutely.
Diggs of California.
Not quite as attractive as he is, but I'll take it.
Probably not as rich either. I'm just speculating
Exactly.
here.
Yeah. Right.
Well, excuse me. So we got your clientele, we got the kind of things you do, but we don't know why you do it. What prompted you to say, hey, this is what I want to do? I want to educate, I want to fix, I want to heal. What happened in your life? What aha moment? What stars that fell saying this was it?
So this has actually been a long road coming from when I was in my early 20s when I was in the military. I joined the
I only thought
military.
you were like 22, Randy. How old are you?
It's the Asian genes. They make me look younger.
Right. It's
47,
stretching.
47. Yes. Yeah. But no, I was joined the military, and I joined the military as a military police. And I joined with the thought of being a police officer. I'd be able to be out there on the streets and helping people. Well, it ended up being that most of the time I ended up being the jerk and was giving you a ticket or getting you in trouble for something. So that's not really what I wanted to do. So I got out of the military and got into working at the airlines and loved to travel. So that was a great gig until they went bankrupt. So I kind of floundered and flopped around from different job to different job, and I was going to school. And the opportunity came for us to be able to move to the coast. So I said, okay, let's move to the coast. When I got to the coast, come to find out they didn't have the same program I was going to school for. Then I also realized that living on the coast is expensive. So I had to get a job to help out with the finances. So I did. I ended up working at Ace Hardware for 4 years, which is a great company. Loved working at Ace Hardware. But I turned 40 and said, not going to work retail for the rest of my life. I have to do something. So my ex-wife, who is a massage therapist, still is, said, why don't you check out the massage school? I said, okay, what the heck? So I gave him a call, and he said, well, you can come in and check out the school, but if you want to start class without having to wait another 6 months for the next class to start, you have to come tomorrow because class started yesterday. So I went there with the intentions of just checking it out and seeing what's going on. And I actually ended up signing up, finding out I'm pretty decent at it. And it's something that I absolutely love. It's my passion. It's my joy. It's all I think about. My girlfriend doesn't like that too much, but she's got to understand this. This is what I do and this is what I love.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think the whys are so important. What's the next step for you? Where do you is there more certification, more specialty? Like what's next?
So right now, what I'm working on is I'm trying to move from the more of the what's the word? I'm guessing effleurage, which is more of the strokey kind of spa-y kind of massage,
Okay.
to a more what they call integrative manual therapy, where it's more movement based. So I get you up, figure out where your movements are deficient at, figure out what muscles are weak, and then we give you exercises to fix that. So there's a specialty certification called human movement specialist or corrective exercise specialist, which I'm currently studying to get. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have that under my belt and I'll be able to expand my services a little bit more, because I won't just be doing full body massage or full body stretch sessions. It'll be integrative manual therapy, where in a regular session, I'll tell you, okay, this muscle's weak here. You need to go home and do this. But now I'll be able to say, okay, let's address this now here in my office, and let's get this muscle built up so it's not weak anymore and you'll feel better.
Well, so I have I'm a doctor. I have 21 seasons of ER and 17 and a half seasons of Grey's Anatomy. If you need a brain transplant, I can help you, or a new kidney. I got you. Okay. So that's my medical experience. Could you take this and work like in physical therapy or something in that nature?
I could, and actually, physical therapy is my dream job.
Okay.
If I had the correct assets and all that good stuff, if the stars aligned, I would go back to school and become a physical therapist. But a lot of the things they do cross over. But since I don't have that certification as a physical therapist or a chiropractor or whatever, there's what they call scope of practice. I have to stay within my scope of practice. I can tell you to do stretches. I can tell you to work your muscles out with a tennis ball and things like that. But I can't tell you medicines to take. I can't technically prescribe exercises to you because I'm not a personal trainer. So those things I have to watch out for. I have to kind of stay in my lane. Otherwise, I'm crossing over and I can actually get in trouble for that.
Like an LPN or RN kind of a thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Very similar to that.
Yeah, that makes it tough, especially if you are super educated and aware, you just don't have the certification or that proper training aspect of it. Which listen, training is, I'm not trying to dismay that aspect, but
sure.
Don't worry about training. You can be like Phoebe Buffet, right?
Let's watch YouTube videos. Yeah.
The only thing that keeps popping in my head, did you ever watch Friends?
I watched a few episodes, yeah.
There's this one episode where, if you know who Phoebe was, she was a loony and she was a massage therapist. Well, she had to go out of town for something and she was living with Ross. Ross answered the door, said he was a therapist, and ended up using spoons and forks.
I've seen that one.
It was a hilarious episode. Yeah. It's one of those things where you got to be trained, right? So it's good that you have those certifications. So with that being stated, would you open your own practice in that piece? Or is that something that you could kind of bring to the table with the chiropractor?
So technically here, it's my own practice. I'm an independent contractor out of the office here. I just use the space and I'm able to do what I want with my business. It just makes it so that the doc and I are in the same office. So it makes it convenient to work on the same patients together. And also later on down the line, there's an opportunity for me to make partner here at the chiropractor. So that's the kind of a goal that I'm working towards as well. So
it also is convenient for the client. They're making one spot with two people.
Absolutely. Yes.
I think it's brilliant. Well, listen, I don't want to take too much of your time. We do appreciate you popping in today and giving us some information. If we wanted to get a hold of you, if I was coming down to Sacramento and I was feeling stiff and needed my shoulder worked on, how would I reach you if I did not know how to do so?
So you could go to fergusonbodywork.com. That's Ferguson, Ferguson, bodywork, one word.com. Or you can call 916-484-0321 and talk to our lovely front desk staff to get on my schedule.
Look at that, front desk staff. So while he's working in his office, someone else is making sure that you can get the next appointment that is available. That contact information is also up above us, so you can have that one-click connect with Randy. Randy, I always like to ask my guests a last question as we're leaving. I'm going to do two for you. Are you ready for this?
No, but shoot anyway.
Coke or Pepsi, Randy?
Oh, Coke for sure.
Thank you. Sure. Here's the last one. This will determine whether or not how this is going to be edited. Are you an Android person or are you an Apple person, Randy?
Android, 100% Android.
Thank you, Randy. See, that's why I like dealing with folks that are like-minded like myself. We're smarties, right? Now, all kidding aside, if you're an Apple product, someone has to buy that stuff. We appreciate that it's you. With that being said, Randy, is there any last words that you want to throw out to our audience?
I just like to say, take care of yourselves, be body conscious. You only have one body, so treat it well.
And drink water. I've learned that
Absolutely.
the hard way.
Oh, yes.
Drink water. Listen, we'll take care, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.